Yo, what's up, guys? How are you? Welcome to a Friday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Peralta. We are here on every platform you can imagine on for the Daily Juice here on a Friday. BettingPros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM. We are on YouTube now as well with video for the Daily Juice Podcast. Alrighty. I don't get this week. So we're 2-2 again. 2-2 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, no, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? 4-2 on Sunday. And then every day this week, we've gone 2-2. 2-2, 2 wins in hockey last night, 2 unders, which, yes, betting unders is like getting your guts pulled out slowly. And that's what was like watching the Bruins and the Devils. Extra skater. I mean, it's like, my goodness, the Bruins get a goal late. It's 3-2, and we get it with the hook. And then we had that little experiment with the Penguins and the Islanders. 1 goal for Pittsburgh. I thought that Pittsburgh wouldn't score and the Islanders would. Unfortunately, the Islanders don't score, and then Pittsburgh does, and it's a 3-2 win for Pittsburgh over the Islanders, again at 5.5. So we got that right, but the first period wrong. And then the Nets train kind of kicked us off, but look, I mean, that was more the Lakers. The Nets did everything they were supposed to do. The Lakers were trash last night. Just absolute garbage. And look, I mean, Kyrie didn't play well, and it was just, one of those games. So it's a loss. It's a 2-2 night, again, for us here during the week. So I have 5 games tonight. So I'm guaranteed that I am not going to go 2-2. So maybe I'll go 2-3. I don't know. But I'm going to play a college football game. Yeah, did you know college football is playing tonight? Did you know there are 2 top 10 teams playing in FCS football tonight? South Dakota State and Northern Iowa. Ooh, baby. Yep, we've got to play on that game. You're going to have to search around. I had to search around. I found it on FanDuel, but you can find it on other places. You may need to make phone calls and help people out, but I found a way to get a bet down on this game. ESPN Plus, you got football on your phone coming up tonight on a Friday night. That's pretty darn cool. So got 5 plays for you guys, and yes, we will talk about the Utah Jazz. Some of them you can already predict where we're going because we're going to ride trains. That's what we do. We just ride them until it gets bucked off. We got thrown off by the Jazz, but we'll probably be back on the Jazz. I mean, back on the Nets, and the Jazz could lose this game coming up tonight. In fact, I think the Jazz bet, I mean, I'll talk about it more in a second, but you probably want to bet the Clippers tonight. But anyways, we'll get to that coming up later on. No update yet on the cookie fundraiser. It was at 150. I guarantee we're over that right now. So I don't know where we are just yet, but keep on buying, keep on telling me. I love it. Hopefully we'll get to our goal of 250 before Sunday. 250 orders from Sweet, SWEET, C's, letter C, S, bakery.com. Click on the Daily Juice and follow the directions on how you can get the 1 million listen Daily Juice cookie from our friends at Sweet C's Bakery in Illinois, as we raise money for the Ronald McDonald House. Very cool stuff with that. If you've not entered into the giveaway for Greenland, the movie, we're giving away 5 copies on the Sunday Xavier Butler game. Go predict the number of points for Butler on that game on Sunday in the Discord just by going bettingpros.com/chat to get in the Discord. We'll give away 5 copies of that Greenland movie for free if you are the most accurate to predict Butler's point total for Sunday against Xavier, right? So we got that. You guys know the BetMGM offer by now. If it's a risk-free $600 up to $600 bet from BetMGM when you use that promo code JUICE100. Daily, you guys are asking me, what's that promo code again? JUICE100 when you sign up for a new account with BetMGM. This is valid in the following states, and it gets a little long, so I've got to write it all down as to how many states are going to have this for us now. These are the states, and you must be in these states: New Jersey, Colorado, Indiana, Tennessee, Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Virginia, and West Virginia. You also must be 21 years or older. Go to BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Please gamble responsibly. If you've got a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado, Nevada, 1-800-GAMBLER in New Jersey and West Virginia, or 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. Okay, let's start with the Utah Jazz. Look, I'm not going to get too deep into this. Utah is playing the LA Clippers again. The number is 2.5. The Utah Jazz have been absolutely ridiculous. And there's just no real way around talking about where the Utah Jazz are. They have a 24-5 record straight up. They are 22-7 against the number, and all they do is cover. The Utah Jazz have now covered every game dating back to the 31st of March. Of January. They have covered every single game in the month of February. I don't know who's playing for the Clippers. Paul George could be back. Kawhi Leonard could be back. Without them, the Clippers lost the game 114-96. It was a 2-point line. We were on the Jazz. It's a 2.5-point line. The Clippers, again, should be favored. I told you about this 2 days ago. We're paying a tax on the Jazz, all right? When you cover this many games in a row, was it 9 in a row they have covered? I mean, we're paying a Utah Jazz tax. That's just a fact, okay? So will we lose this bet? Very possible. But we've made enough money here that you cover 9 games in a row. I mean, it's ridiculous. Could they go for 10? I mean, yeah, I guess so. But they're 19-1-1 over the last 21 games. 19-1-1 against the number. Don't need much more than that. Utah, -2.5. Play number 1 for a half a unit. All right, 2 college basketball games to get into. We have not gotten heavily involved with St. Louis, and I have wanted to get involved with St. Louis. I've wanted to talk about St. Louis a lot, and the COVID stuff has just been all wacky for them, but they're 9-5 against the number. They're playing Dayton, who is 10-8 against the number. I don't like Dayton. I don't like the way that they're playing. Just something looks broken with them. They were 3-point dogs on the road against Rhode Island. They covered. They lost by 2, and they covered that 3-point line. But last game against VCU at home, they were 2-point dogs. They lost by 9. They covered against George Mason. They lost against Duquesne. They're at home here against a St. Louis team who have had, big issues with COVID. But they've covered 3 of their last 4 games by 21, 28, and 11. This St. Louis team opened up the year 6-0 against the number. They were playing really, really well. And they kind of have to get going here. If they want to make the tournament, if they don't want to make any noise in the tournament, this is just one of these teams. They've had such problems with COVID-19 that they're 11-3 straight up. Dayton's 11-7, but I haven't liked the way that Dayton's been playing. They've lost 3 of 4, and there just seems to be something broken right now with Dayton. I've liked St. Louis. I know it's laying points on the road. I've talked about not wanting to do this, but I'm going to do it here with a 5.5-point line for St. Louis. I think the Pelicans come up here and get a big victory. I think they start playing well deep in February here. This is go time now. You got to get after it. You got to play hard. And I think St. Louis gets the job done here, and they cover against a Dayton team that, again, I don't think they're all that good. I think there's something up. 4 straight wins for St. Louis, 2 straight losses, 3 out of 4 for Dayton. I think it goes to 3 and 4 out of 5. It could be a bounce-back spot for Dayton, and I get some people saying, this is going to be Dayton's time here to get the ship righted. I just don't see it. I think St. Louis is the better basketball team here, and they need to get victories like this. They need some decent victories on their resume. I think they win, and they cover that 5.5-point line. So we're going St. Louis -5.5. And then one more college basketball game to give out, and this is, look, this number is ridiculous, but I'm betting it anyway. 162. That's the total for Toledo at Buffalo. 162. Toledo is averaging 80.7 points per game. That's 15th best in the entire country. Buffalo is averaging 82.3 points per game. That is 9th in the entire country. On the flip side, Buffalo's defense, they give up 73.2 points per game. That's 239th. And Toledo gives up 72.3 points per game. That is 209th. This is Nets in the NBA. All right, these are guys who are going to shoot threes and run, and not play a lot of defense. Toledo doesn't turn the basketball all that often, but Buffalo's favored here by 2. And you might go, really? Buffalo's at home, and they're favored by 2 against Toledo. Isn't that kind of a weird line, Matt, given that, where Toledo has been this year? Toledo's been pretty darn good. They're 17-6. Yeah, but Buffalo is 9-6, and they've had COVID problems and stoppages and all sorts of issues. In fact, if you look at, they haven't played since the 12th of February. So they haven't played, they've played, played 6 days ago, I guess, last time they played. But they stopped from the 12th of December, the 19th of December until the 12th of January, or the 9th of January. They didn't play. So nearly a month they weren't playing. Over the last 3 games, all right, listen to this with Ball State. with Buffalo. They beat Ball State by 20. They beat Miami, Ohio by 24, and they beat Western Michigan by 32 in their last 3 games. Looking at a point spread, and they covered by 18, 16.5, and 14.5. The Buffalo Bulls can score. They can run. They can score. I think Toledo could be the side here catching 2 points, but I'm going to lay a huge number here. 162. Opened up at 159. 158.5, I guess. And now it was bet. So I'm not getting the best number, but I'm not betting an under in this game, and I love this. I love Toledo and Buffalo. I think this is going to be a ton of fun on a Friday night, 9 o'clock time. Let's just watch these two teams run up and down the court and shoot a ton of threes. No one playing defense. We're going over 162. It's an ugly number, I know. That's a big number in college basketball. Don't care. We bet big numbers in the NBA. Let's bet big numbers in college basketball. We're going over Toledo and Buffalo, 162 for a half a unit. All right, one play in the NHL and then the college football pick to give you. I'm back to fading the Canucks. All right, I'm back on this. I don't think the Canucks are all that good. I know they need it. You could say, well, Matt, you look at the way they've played recently, and the Canucks have kind of played a little bit better, and maybe they're kind of starting to turn things around. So are you sure you want to keep on fading them? Because even Ottawa has had a decent run here, and they've played better of late, and you faded Ottawa, and you've been fading the Canucks. Is that really the smart move to do here on Friday? And I'm going to take the road team here. So you got a 9-6-1 Winnipeg team and an 8-11-1 Vancouver team. And these teams, the schedules are always funky. They're playing a lot against each other. I think when the Winnipeg Jets are the better team, and I think I'm just going to take the more talented team here for Winnipeg to come up and get wins. And I think for a lot of people who are going to be looking at Vancouver, Ottawa, Calgary, some teams who haven't been playing all that great, I think Winnipeg's the better team here. I think Winnipeg's the better side here. And I think that they come up with a victory here tonight on the road against the Canucks. I'm not going to lay much. The Jets are minus 105. You may even find an even money bet here on this. I mean, the numbers kind of been moving around a little bit here, but I'm going to take the Jets on the money line to win on the road and beat the Canucks and get a big victory. It's been a while since these teams have faced off against each other, but I think we go with a victory here for the Winnipeg Jets on the road. They're 3-2 on the road. Let's see another victory here for Winnipeg up against a okay team, not a great team for Vancouver. In 3-3 on the road, I guess you could say 3-3 on the road now for Winnipeg. But I'm taking Winnipeg here to get a victory. They lost last night, or I guess 2 nights ago. They lost 3-2 to Edmonton, so a chance to get them on a bounce back spot to get a victory. And the Canucks are coming off of a 5-1 win over Calgary, which is a little bit shocking. So maybe coming back down to earth a little bit here. So Winnipeg on the money line, minus 105 for half a unit for one play in the NHL. And the game that's going to decide the night, because we've gone 2-2, everything. Let's talk about Northern Iowa hosting South Dakota State. All right, look, Northern Iowa hasn't played football in almost a year. These are 2 top 5 teams in FCS going after each other. But I'm shocked by this. The number has come down. It opened up with South Dakota State minus 3.5. It's come down to 2.5 now. The Jackrabbits can really run the football. They got a really good running back named Pierre Strong Jr., who has run for over 1,000 yards for his first 2 years. But Northern Iowa is going to have fans in the stands, all right? This is the Dome. This is the Unidome. This is a rocking atmosphere. They're going to have 2,700 fans inside, and it's going to be, they may be doing a blackout theme here for this. I'm telling you, you don't walk into Northern Iowa and win football games. Not when they're ranked. They're a higher-ranked team. They just haven't played in a long time. I don't know. They got a good quarterback. I think they got the better quarterback, to be quite honest, at Northern Iowa. This game's on ESPN+. I got a home dog in Northern Iowa. This is what they do. If you don't know this is what Northern Iowa does. They play football, okay? They play FCS football. Them and North Dakota State, huge rivalry. This is not North Dakota State. This is South Dakota State, okay? They've been in the shadows. They've had a very good program at this level. I'm taking the home dog here. It's college football in February. Let's go. Northern Iowa plus 2.5 at home against South Dakota State for a half a unit. All right? So here are the plays. The Jazz minus 2.5, half a unit against the Clippers. Northern Iowa plus 2.5 at home against South Dakota State football. Toledo versus Buffalo over 162. SLU, St. Louis, minus 5.5 on the road against Dayton. And Winnipeg on the road up against Vancouver at minus 105 on the money line. Remember, we still have 2 bets going in the Genesis. Max Hama had a minus 5. He's tied for second after the first round. We have him in the top 20. And Patrick Cantlay shot a 4-under first round. That ties for fourth. We have him in the top 10. So 2 good starts for the quarter unit bets, plus 200, plus 110 on the Genesis. So that's still going. So we're going to watch that a little bit and see how those guys are playing, and then maybe get into some head-to-heads on Saturday. We'll kind of wait and see how that's going to all play out here. But those are our 5 plays coming up. Keep buying the cookies, folks. Keep help us raise money, please. If you haven't placed your order, please do so. Sweet C's. It's a C, Sweet, SWEETC, the letter C, sbakery.com. Click on the Daily Juice link, and you will be instructed on how to go ahead and order your cookies for the 1 millionth listen to the Daily Juice to celebrate it and to raise money for the Ronald McDonald House, trying to get to 250 orders to raise $2,500. Please help us do so if you haven't done so already. Thank you to everyone who has already ordered. Good stuff. We got a 12-10 week going. Let's see if we can, stretch that out a little bit, or, maybe go 2-3, because we've gone 2-2 the entire week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Here we go on a Friday. My name is Matt Peralt. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice podcast right here on BettingPros.com, brought to you by BetMGM.